I've had a bit to drink, so I thought I'd watch a Boogie video. Fuck it, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
I feel it actually, kind of.
Yeah, the camera cut, it's just mine, so there's a little quality difference.
Show them where we are, will you?
Oh yes, show them where we are.
This is my mom and my grandfather's and my grandmother's resting place. Now, Mom had an opportunity to bury where Dad is down in Kingsport. Anyway, she don't want to be buried with that son of a bitch.
Right.
She wants to be with Mommy and Daddy place. And I hope we can get in. I don't know that we can.
A mausoleum.
Jesse, follow them. Follow the fat man.
It's just indoors?
Yep.
I mean,
And I don't suspect this will be unlocked, but we might get lucky. Universe, what do you say?
holy crap.
This is never unlocked. In the middle of
I don't see why it would be, yeah.
All right, Wanda Faye. I'm here.
I just hate, like, same in McJuggernuggets, and yeah, he later came out and shit all over McJuggernuggets for the videos and everything like that, but just, why make it such a big deal? It's like, oh, this is never open. Oh, I don't imagine this is going to be open. Then why'd you do such a big, like, run up to walking up to it? What was the plan if it wasn't unlocked? Were you just going to be like, alright, yeah, cool, bye. I'm just gonna get back in the car again. Like, what? I just don't see what the end goal was if you weren't gonna, you know, fuck, I don't know. No, Boogie, god damn it, Boogie.
Jesus. And the fan's on? This is terrifying.
It's not so bad. These are the... So we got right behind these bricks.
That's the only thing out of this entire video I remember is that fucking fan in the background going click, 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 click. Oh, good work, Docs, those dead people. Good work, Jesse.
There she is.
Why are you just randomly showing all their names? It's weird.
And someone's put flowers on that.
Huh?
Flowers in there.
Someone's put flowers on there.
Wait, where is she?
Right here. Carl Privet.
Oh, that's her.
And Alta May Privet. And yeah, her name's not on it.
What do you mean her name's not on it?
Her name's not on it.
How does that work?
Well, these are built for two, right? So when you pay for the crypt, you get two.
Oh, a name above and a name below.
They made an exception for Mom. And they put her in here with my mom and my dad, Carl. So she...
I hate that. It's just like... It's like what I was saying with Boogie, where he's like, oh, it's always gonna be one extra step of bullshit, and an extra bit to the story to make it even more dramatic, because everything about him has to be so dramatic. That's not unusual. That's totally not unusual for someone to open a grave or open a crypt or something like that to put it in a fucking urn. If they're cremated, it's not unusual. But what the fuck are you talking about? Why is it always like this? No, like, oh, her name's not on. Her name's not on, so oh my god. Like, acting like you really care. I cannot remember, like, because I haven't seen it. I don't fucking know. I don't remember any of the fucking time skills around this. Like, but it's been fucking years since Boogie's been fucking new. Because this was like 2019 this was filmed in. I think his mom died in like 2008, 2009, I think. Like, so it's been like a decade since he's been anywhere near it. And he's, you know, he's coming down now and acting all high and mighty. Right off you, bruv.
She's third?
So she's the third.
There's three people in there.
There's three people in there. Now, she's cremated. So she's just a little urn of ashes.
You're positive?
Positive, 100%. I put her in there, Jesse. I literally stood right here in a little lift. and they grabbed that and then I just set it down in there. I could reach out and touch it at Carl's.
You got on a wee lift to do it? Like, okay. Firstly, at the time his mom died, he was like £590 or something like that. He's probably more, but who knows? He's about £590 is what he claims to have been. What lift would have fucking supported you? Because those things are built to carry like a dead body and a casket. And I guarantee that's still not as heavy as you fucking were. Like, dude, it's not that high up. You literally just reached up and touched it. Like, you could easily have done it. Like, you could have got a stool or something. Like, how did you get a lift? That's pathetic, dude.
Dad Carl's coffin if I wanted to.
Wow.
Yeah. But Daddy Carl's corpse and Mama's corpse and Mom's ashes all right there.
It's insane.
Now, we got something we gotta do.
What are you doing?
I'm calling somebody.
What?
Calling somebody. It's okay.
Why are you being so vague about it?
Bear with me,
Why
alright?
are you being so vague about it?
Yeah, you just doesn't seem like you've been in a good headspace since we left the house, bro.
Yeah, the house.
I know, this is an important call, but...
I was thinking about doing the house as well, guys, but
Give me one
the
second.
house is, like, considerably more boring than this, even. Because I remember this has some bangers in it, like, I don't remember it too well, like, but the house is boring as all fuck. This is what I remember has a banger or two that I like to quote every once in a while. Click, 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 click.
He's not anywhere to answer.
Do you blame him?
Who's he?
It's my brother.
Are you and your brother close?
Kinda. I mean, not really. We talk once or twice a year.
Hello, you've reached Brian Williams. Leave your name and number and the time you called, and I'll get back to you shortly. Thank you.
Hey, Bubba. I'm sure you're sleeping. I want to call and ask a favor of you. You remember I'm in Big Stone Gap, Powell Valley Memorial Grounds, and I'm here at Mom's grave. And you told me you would, you'd pay the $300 to get Mom's name put on the thing.
Dude.
That's been about 10 years. Time to get it done, okay? I love you, but it's an embarrassment that name ain't on here. She deserved a lot of things, but she didn't deserve an unmarked grave, Bubba. Okay? I love you. Get it done.
I love you. Get it done. Alright, took off, calm your fucking tits. Like, it's just Boogie. Boogie, dude, the fuck? Like, imagine calling some guy who's like a professional, like, he has like a family and kids and everything like that. Imagine calling him at 3 a.m. for your YouTube video because you're unhappy that he hasn't paid $300 to, like, put, like, a plaque on a grave of someone that you claim to hate. You know, like I get it, it's family and everything like that, but Boogie, god damn it, like, you bitch about it constantly, but at the same time, you're talking about how fucking rich you are at this, especially in this period. You're talking about how rich you are, and it's like, well, I made like $500,000 in 2018, and this is like July 2019. It's like, it's $300. You just said it. Why don't you just fucking do it? It's been a decade. Why don't you just fucking do it? Like, you made a big song and dance about how your brother got away from the house as early as he could because he hated his mom, but you stayed more in connection with the mom than he did. So why isn't it your responsibility to do that instead of it being his responsibility to do that? You know, like, that just kind of makes sense to me.
Who put flowers on there?
Oh, God.
I mean, they're clearly,
They look pretty fresh, man.
yeah. They might be plastic. Some of these are. These are poinsettias.
These are
I mean,
poinsettias.
dude, there's definitely ones that don't have flowers on them, so it's not like they put them on all of them here.
Exactly. Yeah. Mom would come here every month at the beginning of every month, and she would pull the old flowers down and throw them away, and she would put up brand new flowers for Mama and Daddy Carl because she loved them so much. And this is the only place in the world she wanted to be.
What?
Was right there. And by God,
What are you talking about? You literally made a point in, like, like I said, I haven't watched the house one in a while, like, so this is just going off my memory of it, like, but you literally made a point that, like, she hated her parents and they had forced her to live in that shithole and she didn't want to, and they were controlling of her and they made her live in a poverty-stricken shithole, like, all this crap. But then you're like, oh, she loved him so much. She just loved him so much. But you painted the picture like what to you would have been like 2 hours ago, that they're like terrible, horrible, controlling, evil people and horrible monsters. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Even the whole, like, oh wow, why are there flowers here, guys? OMG, why are there flowers here? OMG. It's like, well, firstly, that's not even like that big a deal, especially when you walk in and everyone around has flowers, especially when they're pretty much all the same flowers, like kind of same patterns and stuff like that. It's almost like this, like, crypt has like a package because you would pay monthly for like having it there. You only pay some kind of like upkeep sale and stuff like that. Like it's standard. You know, you pay an upkeep for people being kept in mausoleums. Part of that upkeep would be for people to have flowers put there, especially if they're fake, because they never leave then. They just stay there forever because they're fake. Like you pointed out, some of them are fake.
Is it normally unlocked,
Click,
dude?
click, click, click.
You're supposed, a family member's supposed to have a key. They lock it up every night. You guys could imagine, you saw what happened in my house. People vandalize, right? People come in here and destroy these tombstones. They could crack through that marble and get into one.
What are the odds then? Is unlocked?
You're an idiot.
1 in a million, brother.
Brother? 1 in a million, brother. What are you talking about? Like, that place probably has cameras on it. That place is more secure than a cemetery. Like, what do you think? It's like, oh yeah, they lock that door to stop people coming in and vandalizing it. Cemeteries are generally open or have a small wall, like anyone could go in and vandalize those. Why do you think people would break into a mausoleum to randomly vandalize it? It's better protected than a cemetery. Like, it's just such a weird opinion to have. It's all for this like weird storyline that they're building. It's like, oh, who put the flowers up, bro? I don't know, bro. Well, who left the door unlocked, bro? I don't know, bro. It's like, Jesus, I couldn't imagine trying to monetize going to like a parent's gravestone. I couldn't imagine the type of person it would be to fucking monetize that shit. Like, bruv.
1 in a million.
Does this freak you out at all?
Yeah. Last time I sat in this chair, in this room, was the day we buried her on October 8th, 9th, 2000.
Hey, I was right.
2009.
2009, brother.
Almost 10 years ago today.
Today? What?
You think she's
It wasn't
here
10
right
years ago today. This was filmed in like July.
And that's what fans on.
Maybe that's where the fans are now. Your mom was
She was
cold.
here right
It's
now,
sorry, it was
was-
warm.
Like watching, you think she would do anything? Do you even believe in that?
I think she can see. I think she knows on some of them. Hey, Mom. Listen up. I tried to get the house, but you weren't there. And I don't know if you're here. But I want to tell you something.
Jesus.
Okay. I know the last time we talked, I was on disability. I was damn near 600 pounds. I was stuck in that miserable apartment. No hope of making money. Do you remember that YouTube video I filmed of you?
Oh, God.
Thousands of people see it, tens of thousands. And I know you're embarrassed,
Oh, my
but
God. The wee sideways quick glance at the camera to make sure Jess still had the camera on. I'm like, bro. Ah. Mom, do you remember that video I filmed? Tens of thousands of people have seen it. Like, dude. Also, the fucking... I hate that shit. He's like, remember, I was on disability. No hope of making any money. You literally were working part-time. Like, yeah, so your disability wasn't affected by it. You had them pay you in magic cards and shop vouchers. So, like, yeah, you had a chance to make money, but you were just doing it under the table, so you still got your disability at the same time. But don't play a player. I know you. I see you, brother. I know this shit.
they love you because you gave birth to me.
I wish I let that go on another second. I forgot that's what it was. Oh, fuck, I'm crying. Oh, that hurt my chest. Oh, that's still... Boogie lore. Boogie has been doing shit for like 16 years. 16 years, and he has had some whopper moments. Oh, I'm crying more believably than Boogie is for the rest of this video. Oh, fuck me, my COVID's back. Oh, Boogie has had some amazing moments throughout his entire history. And so I'm drinking some more whiskey and calm myself. One more sec, boys. Boogie has had some amazing moments in the history of his channel. Some beautiful moments. Frank Castle shooting being up there, definitely top 3. The car crash was pretty funny. Tesla, rapists and Nazis, that's a lot of money for a black guy. Monetizing Etika's death. Trying to monetize Uvalde, forgot about that one. See, that's a new one, like, so I don't always remember the new ones, like. But there's nothing better than, Mom, tens of thousands of people love you because you give birth to me. Oh, Christ almighty. Boogie, you've made me a believer with that one. That was funny as fuck. Just the fucking narcissism. I don't, like, do I need to say anything about that one? Like, that's one you just sit there and you should just let it sink in. You should just sit there and let it sink in. Imagine going to your parent and being like, oh, people love me. People love you because they love me. Like, fuck me, bruv. My dude, control yourself. That's ridiculous behavior.
I know this won't make too much sense to you, but 4.5 million people have watched my videos. 1 billion views almost. Mom, 1 billion.
Oh, God.
1 billion video watches. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
And just 2 days
Mom,
ago,
I've got a gold play button.
I was in Pennsylvania at a convention that I was headlining. And people stood in line to shake my hand.
Oh, my dude, that's embarrassing. Imagine it's been 10 years. Do you know what? I actually should take everything back. This is the most evidence that's ever existed that Boogie is abused by his parents. Because imagine that you have gone like 10 years after your mom died. 10 years after your mom died. And you've gone to her grave to speak to her for the first time, you know, after she was a ghost and came back and touched you in the shoulder twice when you're playing World of Warcraft one night, which is a claim he's also made. Like, imagine for the first time in 10 years you go back to speak to your mom, and the conversation is, hey Mom, I have 4.5 million subscribers. So how's that working out for you, by the way, Boogie? And there's a billion views on my channel, which is, yeah, I still don't think you've hit, and it's like 3 years later, you still haven't fucking hit the billion views because you've deleted videos and shit like that, and your videos died. And it's like, oh, and some fans came up to meet me. It's like, Christ, I don't know. Obviously, like, my YouTube channel is nothing because it's a fucking hobby, but like, imagine like the legacy you are telling your dead mom is that you have like 1 billion views on YouTube and that some people came and met you at fucking Retropalooza because you, like, I don't know, had a little booth there and people came up to you to go, "Hey, did you drink my Mountain Dew?"
And Mom, people said I've saved their lives.
Oh, these people are stupid, Boogie.
And people said I've helped them through tough situations like the ones we was in.
That's the thing I love about this video, is that Boogie really like hammers up his like fake accent, where he's just like, because it's like, you know, I don't really talk with an overly Irish accent or anything like that, but like if I wanted to, I could kind of up the accent a wee bit and kind of like push it a wee bit, you know, kind of talk in a more Dublin kind of swords accent, you know. It's not that hard to kind of push an accent, and I am like half a bottle of fucking whiskey in at this point. Like, Boogie sitting there being like, "Oh, yeah, ma, yeah, I done did it, I done good, I done that YouTube, It's just fuck off, Boogie. It's so cringe, especially when he like talks about it's like, oh yeah, my brother told me I had to stop using the accents and people wouldn't take me seriously, so I started watching TV and copying people's accents. You were like a child. You don't have this goofy ass redneck accent. Shut it.
promise you, I'm going to do more good than bad. I promise you. Okay? And I promise you, I'm going to make the world better, just like you did. Okay?
What did your mom? No, God, I feel like I'm gonna be really mean here because I'm drinking. My dad decided when I'm sober. I don't know. What good did your mom do? Like, based on what you've said, and all we have to go on is what you've said about your mom. But you make your mom sound like she's Hitler. You make your mom sound like she's the worst fucking person ever. Like, what are you talking about? It's like your mom, oh mom, you made the world a better place. Is this all going back to your narcissism and it's just a better place because you were born in it and you have tricked yourself into believing that you have made the world a better place? Because firstly, you haven't. You have made no impact on the world whatsoever. Whatsoever. You have done nothing. You have not saved lives. You have not saved lives. No one's life was saved because they were sitting there and they were like, you know what, I'm going to watch a video where a fat man screams, "Do you drink my Mountain Dew?" And I don't know, I decided not to kill myself tonight. Fuck off. It's like, you make your mom sound like the worst person in the world, and then you're like, oh, you made the world a better place, mom. How did she do it? Like, I feel bad even saying that, like, but like, how the fuck did she do that? Based on what you've said about her, she was a cruel person, she was mean to everyone, she was spiteful, like, she cheated on her husband repeatedly by selling herself for drugs. You know, it's like, what do you do? Boogie, don't make me be a bad person here.
I got married. I wanted you to meet her. It didn't work out. But you know what? She had enough sense to leave. I wish you'd left, Dad. I wish you'd made a better life for yourself. I'm sorry I couldn't help it.
What? But it is kind of telling as well when he suddenly goes like, oh, do you know what? My wife had the sense to leave me. Yeah, I guess she did. You know, it doesn't really help with your whole, like, I didn't abuse my wife thing or anything like that. You know, when you're trying to immediately compare yourself to your dad, who you're painting as being, like, really abusive suddenly. You know, it doesn't really work. But I don't fucking know. Maybe it's just me.
After all you did, I hope you know.
Hello, you.
You did far more good than you did bad.
Really?
And I'm sorry I let the bad hurt me for so long.
God. Look at the panning shot, Jesse's panning shots.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't do that. Oh. Dramatic zoom.
I always have, I always will. I want you to know, I understand. It was hard.
Leave my whiskey alone.
And I know you done your best.
Yeah,
I really
leave my whiskey
know
alone.
you did. You said you ruined my life. And you remember this is the last thing you said to me?
Yeah.
And at the time I thought you did. But I told you then, you made me the man I am. And I'm proud of who I am.
Ah, you shouldn't be, Boogie.
You remember I said that?
Oh. Who would do this? Who the fuck would monetize their last conversation with their mom? Who the fuck would do this? Like, I know Boogie later on came out and was like, oh, I was so depersonalized, I don't even remember what I said there. I've never watched the video back or anything like that. It's like, yeah, because you know you were embarrassing. This is awful. This is terrifying behavior. Like, why would you be saying shit like this? Why would you tell us the last conversation you ever had with your mom and have this be a like emotional scene where, you know, you don't shed a single fucking tear at all? Why would you do this on screen with Jesse? Especially Jesse, the guy you later came out and were like, oh, Jesse was an asshole the entire trip. Boogie, you decided to invite McJuggernuggets, whose entire thing is faking videos for this emotional breakdown at your mom's grave. It is such weird behavior, and you wonder why people think you're a fucking creep. Like, how did you expect this to go? What are you going to say about us? None? Okay. My cat's not interested in talking about this.
Well, this time I mean it.
You just look at his hand to see if he actually got a tear there. Oh, bro. Oh, no.
I forgive you, Wanda Faye.
No?
Daddy called Memo.
No?
I know we weren't close, but I love you. I do.
Sorry, I've got both my cats here
with
with me. Proud Irish boys up here sniffing my whiskey.
Thank you for giving me the chance.
Boogie, shut up. No one's listening to you anymore.
And you're right. You fucked it up. You did. You know? But, it was salvageable. Not your house.
Sorry I didn't look after your house.
Sorry, Daddy Carl.
Oh, for anyone who doesn't know, the house is in total fucking ruins because it was left to Boogie and he did nothing with it for a decade. It's literally like half collapsed. Sorry about that. Whoopsie. Oh no. That's mean. You stop purring.
One more thing. So I don't think I'll be back. Okay? You left me that house in case I needed it. I want you to know I never will.
I never will.
Okay?
Well, I was about to make a joke about your 4.5 million subscribers and 1 billion views, but then in my head I suddenly remember that you were talking earlier on in this month about how you need to be an e-beggar now because you aren't making very much money, and now you're begging everyone to join that fucking whatnot things you can sell in your shitty magic cards. But I'm glad you never need that house. Boogie, you're such a fucking dickhead. Jesus Christ, dude.
Everything you wanted for me, I got. I have acted. And I made people laugh.
Oh, God.
I made people cry.
You haven't. You haven't.
I've saved lives.
Oh, you haven't. Boogie, you don't know what you're talking about. You do not know what you are talking about. There is nothing that annoys me more about this fat dildo, like, when he fucking talks about it. I've saved lives. You haven't. No one in the entire fucking universe was going to kill themselves until they watched Francis, Did You Drink My Mountain Dew? No one was sitting there going like, do you know what, tonight's my final night. I'm not going to talk to my friends. I'm not going to talk to my family. I'm not going to call the police, paramedics. I'm not going to call any of them. I'm just going to sit there and browse YouTube whilst I wait to drink this bleach. Oh, wait, here's a fat guy hitting an Xbox with a Guitar Hero control. Oh, there you go, never mind. Life is worth living suddenly. Boogie, you have saved no lives. You have an audience that you have cultivated of weird, dramatic, fucking nobody, crazy psychopaths just like you. Boogie, that's the issue. That's why so many people don't like you and don't like your fan base, because you're all fucking weirdos. It's weird when I look at Twitter and I scroll down through Twitter or I look in the YouTube comments, and it is weirdos being like, I was thinking about killing myself and then I saw a video about Mountain Dew. They're dramatic. No one talks about that shit if they're normal people. You don't post that as a fucking anon on Twitter if you're a normal person, Boogie. Stop it. If someone tells you you've saved their life because of your fucking Mountain Dew video, they are lying to you. And it's pathetic that you're so, like, needing that validation for your fucking narcissism that you're the most special person in the entire world, that you would believe that shit. Alright? Real talk.
I lost weight.
Oh, did you?
At least as much as I could. I got my teeth fixed.
Your fucking granda in heaven being like, I can see the fucking glow from all the way up here. Look at those fucking chiclets. They're whiter than the fucking marble behind him. This is like, I don't know, early July or whatever. Like right before he was pretending he was going to kill himself. It was like 2 months after he got his fucking teeth fixed. Weird, Boogie. Why would you get your teeth fixed and have like a painful operation when you're going to kill yourself? That doesn't make any sense, especially when you're planning it for a year and a half. Oh my god, it's almost like you lied and were pretending to people that you're going to kill yourself, you fucking psychopath. And those teeth, those ridiculous, glowing marble plates in your fucking mouth are like a monument to your sin of lying and suicide baiting, you psychopath.
And, you know, I bought my dream home right there in Fayetteville where you sent me.
You did. You said you moved away from them and got there.
5 bedroom, 3 bath.
He sits there and talks to their mom at the grave of their dead mom that they haven't visited in 10 years, and sits there. It's like, hey mom, just so you know, I bought a house. Yeah, it's 5 beds, 4 baths, about 2,700 square feet. You know, retails around $450,000. Who would do that? This isn't human behavior. This is so insane and narcissistic that in the middle of this incredibly fake, drama-driven video where you're pretending to give a single shit about someone who fucking died, who was close to you in your life, that you have to remind your fucking audience that you have a 5 bedroom, 4 bathroom fucking house. Boogie, Jesus Christ, have like a single thought, a single moment of realization that this shit looks fucking insane. But you can't do that, can you? Because you think, wow, they're gonna be impressed when they hear, but no one gives a shit about your fucking house, Boogie. Holy shit, it's a house. No one cares. People are shocked that you're as poor as you are. People thought that you should be living in like an Ethan Klein house. When people find out how little money you actually have and actually made, they're surprised, because in their head they're like, oh yeah, I remember Boogie from my childhood, he was a big deal. And then they suddenly go, holy shit, actually he wasn't that big a deal. He wasn't that big a deal. He bought like a modest house. He bought like a decent house in a really poor state. Wow! Congratulations, fucking Boogie. Move to LA. You'd be able to afford a 1-bedroom fucking apartment.
You remember Chad? He's my best friend.
Remember Chad?
And he takes care of me.
Well, apparently now you take care of him. It's your newest claim.
You remember your little Shih Tzu that I
Oh
called?
god, the Shih Tzu.
Yeah, I just like him.
Wow.
He's not Shih Tzu, he's a beautiful little dog.
Even Jesse's bored of this shit, he's on his way out.
I wish you could meet him.
I wish you could meet my dog. Okay. Jesus Christ. I'm a dog person, but that's embarrassing. It's such a stupid thing to say.
I'm gonna let you rest, okay? Hey, Daddy Carl, I forgive you.
Oh.
Every mean, nasty thing you ever said.
Oh, you're such a saint, Boogie.
I do remember the good times. I do.
You're such a saint, Boogie. I'm glad you forgive the dead guy in your
Mom,
YouTube
sorry, I didn't
video.
get to know you much. Alzheimer's is a hell of a
Boogie,
thing.
you've got about one finger
I
of whiskey
remember how you
here
liked
to wrap this
Big
shit
Latin,
up.
and I know how you made me laugh when I was a kid. And Mom, I want to say you did good. You really did.
A second ago, she made the world a better place by giving birth to you.
But you know what?
Oh.
You did good enough. So thanks.
Can anyone say that about you, Boogie? That you did good enough? Because I don't know if they can anymore.
I love you.
This is so weird. The filming techniques, the panning shots, everything like that. Like, who would do this? What rational human being? Like, I understand the earlier video. Not the one going to his house, because that's insane as well. But the earlier video where he's like, I'm going to go back to my hometown, drive around my hometown. You know, because he came from apparently a really poor area. And he's like, I want to go around my hometown and see how it's changed. Fine, that makes sense to me. But, like, the whole, like, I'm going to go to my old house. Oh, look, it's collapsed and this, and the fridge is falling over. Like, who cares?
You know what? I'm more than alright.
Sure.
Yeah, that is, who gets that kind of closure?
Who gets, okay.
Who
gets what kind of closure? The kind of closure where you sat there and, like, monetized your apparent fucking grief, where you're sitting there talking to your mother's grave that you hadn't visited in 10 years since she was fucking buried, and you sat there with some fucking weirdo clickbait retard fucking circling around you, filming you, as you told your mom about how many fucking views and subs you had. Yeah, do you know what? I'm with you, Boogie. Who does get that kind of fucking closure? You fucking psychopath.
Who in the world gets to say goodbye like that? You know, it's my life is a storybook. You know, I think people are gonna watch this and say, "Why did you film it? Why did you record it? Are you acting? Is this all fake?"
No, there you go.
This is my life. My whole life has been like this. It's all been a book that you would never believe if you read it.
Okay. You would never believe Boogie's life. Do you know what? You would. You would. Your life is not special. Your life isn't even interesting, honestly. You were a freak show at the start of YouTube, because to many people they hadn't seen such a fat weirdo freaking out and going nuts. You were the stereotype of gaming. Like, a lot of people have said, if you started YouTube today, if your first video was uploaded today, no one would give a single shit about you. At best, you'd be a lol cow like Chantel, Feudy Beauty, Amberlyn Reed, something like that. You'd have to do mukbangs and just humiliate yourself for money. You would never have been invited to video game conventions and stuff like that. Because the thing is, back 10 years ago, 16 years ago when you started, you were people's idea of what a gamer was. A fat weirdo who screams about Mountain Dew and Cheetos. You know, like, you played to that. And that's what got you attention. People were like, haha, look at that weirdo. He's a video gamer. And they laughed at you. Boogie, the whole thing about sitting going like, my life is a storybook, you wouldn't understand. Yeah, your life isn't that interesting. You had a granny with Alzheimer's. Alright. A lot of people have grandparents who have some form of dementia, Alzheimer's. Unfortunately, you're not special there. Oh, my grandfather was a racist. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have racist grandparents because, you know, that's kind of the time period they grew up in. Oh, my mom was abusive. It's like, oh, okay. Well, what level of abuse are you deciding on today? Are you talking about her clawing your eyes out, and that's what gave you the stroke face? Are you talking about how she was just mean to you and she like insulted you, but at the same time, fed you so you couldn't leave her ever because she was so obsessed with you, but at the same time she apparently now sent you to Fayetteville to live and grow and be happy, so like the two contradict each other. Or your father, who you kind of bounce back and forth between being like an awful evil human being who like raped you, even though like it seems you stole that story from your sister. Or if it's like your father was a vegetable who was drunk the entire time and you never really got to know him because he was literally a vegetable sitting in the corner of the fucking room. Like, your story isn't interesting. I do, however, want you to finish that autobiography you were reading to us one time on stream, because that was fucking hilarious. Get to that shit again.
And this is that. More of the same. Everything we felt.
So that's it.
That's it, man. That's what's left to do. We said goodbye to the house. We said goodbye to the mom. Let's put some distance between us and this. Let's roll.
You ready to say goodbye to all this?
Dude, I couldn't be more ready. I should have done this 10 years ago.
Thank God, dude. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Woo! Thank you, Mom. Love you. How about them lions?
You started going off in there. I was like, wow.
I mean, the camera was rolling, and at some point I thought maybe I should cut it, but then I thought, if what I say can help somebody else, then I have every reason to share it. I didn't think we were getting in that building. There was 1,000,001 shot. We used to have to hear Mom took her key into that building. We'd spend 2 hours trying to get groundskeepers to let us in. They wouldn't let you in unless you showed an ID.
Boogie, fuck off with his magic. Oh, it's like, oh, the other thing was... Do you know what the funny thing is? There was a jump cut between the last video and this video. That's why this video is a totally separate video. There's a jump cut. So, like, I 100% believe that Boogie just went down and unlocked it himself and then just did this whole thing. It's like, oh my god, God literally was telling me to talk to my mom. It's like, dude... Why do you have to add this? Why do you have to add this bit? Like, it's already embarrassing enough that you're monetizing. You going to talk to your mom's, like, fucking gravestone after 10 years. But it's even more embarrassing when you're like, oh god, guys, the door was unlocked. Well, that's never happened before. It's like, geez, dude, it's fucking cringe. Ugh, I don't know. I fucking hate all this stuff. It's really embarrassing.
I can't believe that last person that was in there left that place open. And so I figured...
The universe must have wanted you to get that moment, man.
I'm so dissociated right now that I don't remember what I said. And so I'm glad you filmed it. So go watch it back.
Oh, and you watch it back.
Imagine if that's true. Like, I'm going to make a point that, like, I do not believe that's true in any shape or form. Like, I'm sorry. Boogie used dissociation as a get out of jail free clause. Anytime he actually like a massive dickhead, he's like, oh guys, well the thing was I dissociated, so you can't blame me. It's like back, you know, people used to joke about like 2016, 2015, where Tumblrettes would be like, guys, I was triggered. I literally can't be blamed for what I did because I got triggered. Like, that kind of shit. Like, that's what Boogie does with dissociation. He'll say, like, ridiculous shit and go, like, oh, I dissociated, so I don't remember anything. But imagine if that was true. And, like, Boogie does watch it back, and the first thing he sees on the stream is being like, hey, Mom, I have 4.5 million subscribers. Like, imagine you being, oh, shit. Why did I do that? I look like such a dickhead. Standing.
Was I good to her? You think I was nice to her?
From everything I hear, it's a very mixed bag, honestly. It sounds like she's done a lot of bad, but it also sounds like she, through it all, taught you some very valuable lessons.
Here's what I think. I think... Just like me, she's a complicated person, and I ain't that complicated. But,
yeah, you aren't.
You know, I'm not a child abuser, child molester.
What?
You know,
What?
that.
What? Where is that? Where does that even come from? Where does that even come from? Just like me, she was a complicated person. Well, I'm actually not that complicated. Also, I'm not a child abuser or a child molester. Where the fuck did that come from? Dude. This is why... See, do you know what the thing is? This is why people think you're a child molester and like a child abuser. Like I said, I don't like I can't say you're a child molester because you don't have any fucking kids or anything like that. Do I think you'd abuse kids? Like if you had kids, yeah, I think you'd be an abuser of some sort. Certainly, I think you'd be an abuser of some sort because you abuse everyone else. So I don't believe you'd suddenly let your kids off the fucking hook. But the thing is, like, I would never imagine if I was sitting there talking to you guys on YouTube, being like, "Hey there, guys, that's ThatDarnIrishMan here. Yes, just so you all know, I didn't rape that girl. Okay, I hope you understand me. She was asking for it." Just like suddenly out of the fucking blue like that, you'd all be like, what the fuck happened with that girl? You know? Boogie does it all the fucking time where he's just like suddenly like, oh yeah, by the way, people say I rape kids. I was like, Boogie, stop talking about it. No one's brought it up. You're the one who's bringing the shit up. Stop talking about it, you fucking psychopath.
I'm complicated. But my goal is always to put more good into the world than bad. If that was her goal, she did. She put a lot of bad into my life, and boy, has it ruined parts of it. But here's what I'll tell you. She did enough good to where I've been able to do good for other people. And that's all I ever wanted. Just like her, I just wanted to pay it forward and make the world a slightly better place, whether it was with kids or adults or whatever I could do. Even if it was just to make people laugh and forget their misery for a little while, I wanted to do that. And instead, like I said, I stood in line two days ago. People stood in line to shake my hand. I signed autographs for 4 hours. People told me how much good I provided in their life. People meeting in Southwest Virginia, all across the country, to tell us that the difference we've made in their lives.
Boogie, I'm gonna have to break your illusion here. Okay, I'm sorry that I have to be the one to do that, but I'm sure you're fucking watching this. You're probably watching this far into it, but I'm sure you're fucking watching it since you're ignoring me now on Twitter. But you don't mean anything. Like this whole like, oh well, because of what she did to me, I was then able to go on and help people. Do you know what, Boogie? I'm gonna be really blunt with you. Like my favorite anime. Just sorry I have to break this to you guys that I'm a fucking weed. My favorite anime is Kino no Tabe. If Kino no Tabe didn't exist, I would have a different favorite anime. Boogie has this weird idea that like, if he didn't exist, there'd be like a hole in people's hearts. No, they would have a different favorite YouTuber. They would have watched a different YouTuber. If JonTron didn't exist, I would have watched a different YouTuber. If Red Letter Media didn't exist, I would watch a different YouTuber. Boogie has this weird idea that if he didn't exist, there would be like dozens of extra suicides, hundreds of extra suicides. It's like no, they would have watched Shane Dawson instead. They would have watched, I don't know, Ray William Johnson instead. I don't know, the YouTubers back then. Like, you know, they would have watched other people instead. Boogie, you aren't that special. You didn't change anyone's lives. You didn't save anyone's lives. Unless their life was, I don't know, a Mountain Dew stockist or something like that, and they specifically like stocked more Mountain Dew in your area because they're like, oh, Boogie lives in that area, I'll stock more Mountain Dew. You didn't do anything. Like, to be as nihilistic as you pretend to be on YouTube right after you finish patting yourself in the ass and telling yourself how fucking great a person you are, you don't mean anything. You mean nothing. You mean nothing, Boogie.
Honestly, I never want to come back here again. And I've only been here for a few hours.
Yeah, the people that live here, I love you guys, and I get it. If this is the life you know and this is the life you love, I want you to have it, and I want you to enjoy it, okay? I don't want to take that away from you, but here's what I'll tell you. It ain't for us.
No, man. And for anybody who has their big dreams in mind, and fill your head with whatever you need to just be able to get by.
I don't know. The rest of the video is just Boogie just driving away, pretty much. The whole thing's a pile of shit. Like, yeah, fuck him. Bye.